So, hello everyone. Sorry for interrupting some of your conversations, I'm sure. But welcome to the 10th Createbase call. I am Chloe, screen handle Chloe the Dev a lot of the times on Telegram or on Twitter or wherever else. So we can go around and introduce ourselves quickly so that all of you attendees know who we are. Then I'm just going to give sort of a little rundown of like the new Sputnik DAO purpose we have up. Some information about how to submit some proposals and earn some NEAR. And there's a new DApp out where, proceeds from that DApp are being funneled into Createbase. And I'll give a quick talk about that. So, Lenara, you can feel free to give a little update about yourself as well.
Yeah, so I'm Lenara, also a Createbase facilitator, helping people get their projects going and funded from Createbase. And we have a lot of those coming in and super happy with the quality and the creativity that's coming. So keep the projects coming. We're going to learn a little bit about, how to get small amounts of funding today, right, through the DAO. And I think there's like a bright future for the DAO. We're, as long as people keep buying berry cards, we're going to have plenty of funds to distribute to people through that.
And then we have Nate and Thor from what I can see. And I also see that Lewis is in the chat as well. I'll bring you on stage, Lewis, if there's questions you want to answer as well for after. And we appreciate that. And then Vandal is down there here as well from the Music Guild. And he'll be giving, there you go, a nice little present. You can give a little update, Vandal, as well. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay, hey guys, I'm Vandal. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for coming through. We just sort of threw together this music guild, which has kind of been, in a few brains planning out for a little while, and happy to really see the response and all the people coming on board. And, having had chats with a number of you personally, I think it's really exciting, where we can take this. And really sort of building out this new music industry ecosystem. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and really exciting. So happy to get this underway. Thanks, Chloe.
You're welcome. So super excited for this. So Createbase in general, we're a guild on NEAR. You come into the community as you want to try and get more support for your project, if you want to utilize what Mintbase is doing and what NEAR has to offer. So Mintbase is going to do a little AMA later, but for now, I'm going to present my screen and go through our new Sputnik DAO implementation. So there we go. Perfect. So here's the new Sputnik DAO. I have the link here, and I will share it in the chat. So you can visit this link yourself. And we have a nice little council with, Carolyn, Lenara, myself, and Sparrow. And we just passed a new purpose where you can get DAO payouts in two different ways. The first way is bringing a friend to the community call. So if you bring a friend to the call, you let us know who it is. You can get 5 NEAR for that. You just hit, you got to log in first up here, add a new proposal, the payout type. Your target would be yourself. So it could be chloe.near. Your job description. So here you put, I brought a friend to the call. You say who you brought, and feel free to also add in like a link to saying that. So for example, we had Ben Haley on the call today, who brought a couple of his friends to the call 2 weeks ago, and so that would be valid for a 5 NEAR payout. And we also have another. I actually have it open already. You're going to have to copy and paste the link here. There's no clickable links here yet in version 2, hopefully. But you'll be able to get to a little on the website we have, create community DAO, and you can see at the bottom here the 2 different payout types we have. There you go. Ben's some more. So you can see here that we have another payout for 5 NEAR if you create a store on the Mintbase platform on testnet and you share a link to what you've created on Twitter. And then you put that link, so you could take that Twitter link, put it in your proposal. And we've had a bunch of proposals in the past for other things. We talk about that in the article up top as well. Secondly, I wanted to just show off berry cards quickly. Made by Eugene at NEAR, where you can vote against 2 different cards on berry cards. My internet's going really slow, sorry. I'm doing this call at the same time trying to load this. But the most important part were the. So over the past few days, the DApp's been released. The total volume has been 7,600 near, and 1,577.45 near has been sent to Createbase.near, which I think is amazing that we have a DApp launched on mainnet of Near that is supporting a community effort. So eventually those funds will be sent to version 2 of the Sputnik DAO. So the DAO you're able to test out using now to get 5 near payouts will soon have a new release of that, where all the funds from this DApp will be funneled right to the DAO so that we can have more bounties going out to the community. So that's it from a little bit of updates about that. If you want to submit a proposal, we have all that information. And we'll put the information in the chat while Nate and team are doing a little AMA. But if you're a person that wants to get involved with Createbase a little more than just coming to a call or hearing what we've got going on at Mintbase, but you actually want to take a proposal, submit it, get funding, support, help. We have so many different ideas coming from the community. Please submit a proposal. Lenara has a wonderful article out about how to do so, and we'll link that in the chat as well. So that's all for me. Lenara, if you have anything else, feel free, and then we'll hop over to the.
Thanks a lot, Chloe. I think that's it. And yeah, the createbase.community website has a lot of information you can check about how to submit to the DAO, how to get a Near wallet in case you don't have one, both testnet and mainnet. I think a very important thing that sometimes people get a bit, hung on. Maybe they have a .near account, which is mainnet, and they want to use on the testnet, and they think you can use the same, maybe put the same seed phrase. No, it's a totally separate account with separate, seed phrase or whatever method you use, email. It's 2 accounts, right? So that's, I think, important to tell people. So how to get an account, both testnet or mainnet. What else? How to submit a larger proposal to Createbase, and we're going to keep coming, whatever you feel like you need more help and how to do, we're here to help you do it.
Perfect. And also, if you want a Near name on mainnet, please DM Createbase1 on Twitter, and you can do so. So Nate, if you are ready, looks like your video is off currently. There you go. We want to see your handsome face the whole time. You and Thor. But we'll make you nice and big, and you can take over and go for
it. Yes. Where do we start? I can do a quick share screen. I won't go over a lot of things, but Thor will take a majority of explaining our new store deployer process. So am I sharing the screen? Choose application tab or hide. No matter how many times I do this in the world.
Yes, you are sharing the tab you're currently. Yeah, perfect.
Can you see the fixed desk?
Yes, I can see.
All right. Thor, what does all this stuff mean? And who are you? Who is this man?
Hi, everyone. Now that you can't see my face, I feel comfortable talking about myself. I am the contract author and backend developer of Mintbase. So every time you do a thing, the interface, of course, Nate and Lewis have built, but all of the backend contract interface stuff is what I have built for you guys. So if you have questions about mechanics, we're all able to answer that sort of stuff, but I guess I am the mechanic that makes the things run, I suppose, at the back end of the world. So here we are. The basic premise that we wanted to accomplish here with whatever it is that you are minting is that we have a couple ways that you can get paid out as a person who contributed to the production of this whatever represented by an NFT. So way one is the permanent field on an NFT, which is a royalty. So once you have minted a token, in the process of minting your token on Mintbase, you set a royalty, and a royalty may contain almost as many fields as you would like, up to 50 fields, and each of those fields is an address that gets paid out. So if you have, for instance, this dude gets paid out 5% and that dude gets paid out 5% or 1% and 9%, however you want to set that, you can set your royalty field. And that stays permanently on the NFT when it gets transferred. It never changes. In contrast to splitting the revenue, the split revenue field is, say, maybe you wanted to set, these people take a royalty every time the token gets transferred, but these people are only going to get paid out this once, and then when the token gets transferred to the new person, it's just the new person sitting here unless they want to split revenue with some other people as well. So that is, a split revenue field is sort of like you're splitting who owns the token in a way, because who's getting paid out is effectively who owns the token. And then last, Mintbase takes a cut of marketplace transactions, which at launch is going to be a flat 10%.
Oh, no, 4%. This is just test data.
So. A flat 4%. So this is just a test number. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole shebang-a-bang. So the reason we've structured it this way is that royalty holders are essentially the people who mint the token, who created the token, whereas the split revenue folks are the people who own fractions of a token without having to actually split the token on the NFT producer contract. So we're able to have this reasonably complex behavior and the financial behavior of who gets paid out without necessarily changing the token to be loaded with data. So Nate's demonstrating right here that when you add, or when you mint a token, you add these fields, and you choose the percentage that those fields will take. And so in this case, use me. Use Dongu.
Dongu?
Dongu. D-O-N-G-U. Dongu.
D-O-N-G-U.
That's me. Yeah, Dongu is me. So Nate's demonstrating that when you add a new royalty receiver, it gets set up just like that. And we're going to add a little picture here. It's going to be Nate's beautiful face. No. Or maybe not. It's not going to be Nate's beautiful face. I'm a filthy liar. What's it going to be, Nate?
A little coffee.
Let's do a little coffee. Carl Fredrickson. Yeah, okay. You name your NFT whatever you'd like. You give it whatever description you'd like. And you give it a mint.
I will say this thing is very delicate. So we're going to hand out a couple store deployers. So be very careful. If it explodes, well, that's the part of being in testnet. Yep. This always needs to add up to 100%. We're not really doing a lot of checks right now, so
I am.
Yes, it will stop and explode and won't hurt anything, but just make sure that this adds up to 100%. We're going to mint this son of a gun.
The contracts will tell you screwed up if it doesn't add to 100%. Maybe the front end, not yet.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is royalties. Big difference between the split revenue system.
Blah, 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 blah. And now we have a new NFT. Woo! And if we go into the NFT details here, we see that we've got an NFT here. We're going to list it to the marketplace. We're going to list it with, we're going to say that the owner of the NFT wants to split their revenue with, say, Carolyn or Chloe. Yeah, let's do Chloe.
Is it just Chloe.testnet? That looks
yes.
Right. That looks good. Okay, and then off we go. I think we even have Lenara here we can do. Lenara. Is that spelled right?
That's spelled right.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay.
Now we're going to list it in the marketplace. So we're going to list it with some split owners, or however you want to call it, split revenue. Go through the near wallet. Happens pretty fast, gets listed. And you can go to the marketplace, and there it is. Now it looks there.
So why these bubbles are important is what we're focusing on is that the NFT should have purpose and figure out what these little guys do. Eventually, you guys will be able to add URLs yourself to say, well, this person doesn't want it to go to their profile. Maybe they want it to go to a blog that basically explains what the NFT does for that one person. So explaining why this NFT does what it does. This could be a gaming company over here that says your owner of the NFT will allow you to run faster. This one over here says maybe they're a co-working space. If you are the owner of the NFT, you can redeem and get into the co-working space. it's pretty exciting. And then we can see again here, all of our groups of humans, the royalties have been set. There's me, and then our split revenues are also tied in. So very exciting, and I think that's all the time we have before you guys got to do more stuff. And where's
Perfect. Thank you so much for showing kind of like those last few pieces before people are going to start getting their badges and start deploying their stuff. So if people do have, quick questions about how that would work, I mean, we're going to be able to test it out very soon. That's going to be amazing. Sorry about that. But yeah, so if we don't have any questions, please also feel free to start signaling that you want to get on stage to present your topics or your project or ideas. But while we have the team here, we will give people time to ask questions about what they'd like to know more of. We will. So Mango wants to get up on stage, and so Laura has a question. Is already there an API to set up that stuff from a web interface? So I guess a web API, is that ready yet?
No, it will be very easy to build once we finally start taking a step back. And so where we're at right now is we're in audit mode. We are starting the process of auditing with QuantStamp. That should take several weeks, 2, maybe 3. And then the focus will be on creating an API where people can just npm install Mintbase and mint tokens using whatever they want, whether it's IPFS or any other system, loading whatever metadata they want, and it's going to be neat.
Nice. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds really cool.
Okay.
We have another question. If you're planning a feature for timed drops.
So our goal is that you're kind of creating your own companies, your own super rares, your own everything. So your smart contract is your world. Let me share the screen one more time. So let's go. So we go to our little coffee shop here. This is a deployed smart contract. When we created the store, go ahead. So these are all of, imagine if you had 4 different companies. These are 4 different smart contracts that I myself am managing. If we go in here, you can see, it's kind of pretty. This will be your world. This is your smart contract, coworking.mintbase.testnet. If we want, we can edit it and change it, or if we want, we can add mentors to this so that you can add your own. It was what we tried to do on Ethereum, but the interface never really updated correctly. Vandal has experience with that, but we're going to try and nail it really good in this system. And if you want, you can come in here and you can see this is your contract that you deployed, and you can see all the different transactions that have been made from this item. Yep, done.
Okay, perfect. So if that's the only question, I think someone's saying, if that's someone saying they would love to introduce and discuss a new world of sport empowerment, so that sounds awesome. Definitely feel free to continue.
We have a question about purchasing with fiat. I know that Mintbase, Ethereum have that. It is gonna, keep that feature. What are
We had that with Ethereum. The thing is, you kind of lose the weirdness of blockchain when you start doing fiat. So it's neat, you own it, but then all these split systems, you kind of lose that. So our goal for the next few months is really to kind of experiment with these royalties and split revenues and figure out where that takes us, and then kind of go back into Stripe land if it's necessary. But ideally, we build systems that stay in crypto because fiat is a nightmare for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, also I remember that it's not like you were, using fiat to purchase some crypto and then doing it. It were like directly purchasing with fiat. So the price would become very different, between what you set up in fiat and the crypto, and there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yep.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Nate and Thor, for coming out, showcasing more of the platform. And we're excited to get our hands even dirtier and try and break even more stuff over the next few weeks. So now we have Vandal and Mango. I guess you guys can just do your thing. And I guess you're talking together. It's going to look kind of weird on screen, but that's all right to hear.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't think we didn't come in with any sort of a game plan, so this will be a little bit of improv for you guys. But we just came off of a call together that was pretty inspiring and ended up centering around Near a little bit. So background, besides the exciting DNN nonsense that I hope to be bringing to Mintbase on the Ethereum blockchain, I am the community manager for Charged Particles, which is like a DeFi NFT merging thing, and have been sort of bullishly trying to push towards Near as a place to be integrating and bridging over to for social token locking with inside NFTs. Eventually interest-bearing stuff. Once there are lending and borrowing protocols on Near, but I'm trying to push that we can be some of the early adopters leading the way, especially with the social token use case, and trying to onboard musicians with followings already and that kind of stuff. But anyway, we just had a meeting with some good friends of mine who are musicians called IMT, who are going to be doing a big album release. And the conversation had started on Ethereum, but over the course of the meeting, we're realizing there's maybe some more opportunities to be using this as hey, look, this is possible to run a several thousand person event in the metaverse and direct people who are using Ethereum into the Near ecosystem through it. Maybe Vandal could talk a little bit about some of the ideas and perhaps the pathway to doing so in terms of incentivizing people in an event like this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess aside from where we figure out how to mint the audio NFTs, from a DAO Records perspective with this collaboration, there was also discussion about airdrops of Near names and getting an onboarding feature through CryptoVoxels, as well as maybe like a primer event or lead up events to the main event, and these could be sort of exciting activations that we could work together on in bridging all of our communities. It was really cool because here we are, people all around the world doing similar things and kind of linking together and figuring out how we can build something sustainable, but work on different projects together. And I see this as part of what the Music Guild's purpose is to interconnect or connect all of these pieces of the puzzle, and then have this sort of foundation and a place where everybody could come in and connect where they feel like they can add value, and just be a part of the ecosystem in a way that kind of is not floating on a raft in the middle of the sea waiting to bump into something. Because I think a lot of people have that feeling when they get into, I guess, in general the NFT space, but it can be a bit overwhelming. But yeah, that kind of touches a little bit on it. Mango, was there anything that I might have missed?
Well, I think that just incentivizing, doing as something that we would propose a grant for of some sort is having a massive giveaway of Near names, because bringing people from ETH to Near at an event, hey, welcome to CryptoVoxels, you're here logged in with your MetaMask, but all of the NFTs are on sale, maybe through DAO Records on Mintbase as an example, and no one can buy them. But if you say hey, at this event we're going to be giving away Near wallets, suddenly you have 10,000 people that are interested in being there just for that, portable
and you can
reason.
give already together with the wallet, you can already give them maybe a proof of attendance kind of NFT, directly. So their wallet will already have an NFT. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking. We were talking about a POAP, right? And then I wrote on my notes, what about a POAP on Near? A little application that does all these badges for events and everything, just like what POAP does on Ethereum, I think could be really interesting as well, to add value to all the different things that are happening in the ecosystem.
Yeah,
I guess you could do it like half manually if it's not that many people to begin with. But yeah, having an app will be
for sure. And, and if it's not ready for this particular event, it would be easy enough to do, unique NFTs that function as POAPs if you treat them that way. But anyway, that was a pretty exciting idea. We had, I think, Charged Particles, DAO Records, BitTrees, Token Smart, all getting very excited about Near just for a few moments, and it was just pretty exciting.
Yeah, Jordan in the chat also mentioned that Kodami is doing Paris cards now, so that I think is what he was talking about, giveaways and badge type of things. I think it's exciting to see more dApps being built out on Near, and I like what Paris is doing, and I think it could be exciting along the way to see what the event is scheduled, I think, for early June, so we do still have a bit of time to kind of integrate whatever's coming into it, and the speed at which things move in this space, it could very well happen that there's going to be fun stuff that we can integrate at a later time.
Yeah, I think definitely by the June timeline. I mean, obviously Mintbase mainnet will be launched, and there'll be a lot of other dApps along the way that are, coming on board. I'm sure you can have a lot of fun. So even by then, having preemptive events where you're giving up Near names or whatever else, will get people excited about like what else could be done. So I think it's a great idea. Thank you so much for coming on and, sharing a lot of what you guys have in mind. So appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so there was actually a question, another one, if Nate or Thor are still listening. So the question was, I think this was the prior question as well. Will it be possible to offer different sale mechanics such as timed auctions, timed open editions, open auctions, for example, wait until a bid hits a silent reserve, then close it, etc. So if Nate and team is still there, they can feel free to answer. If not, we will definitely get that answered soon. But there you go. Perfect. Oh, there you go. The handsome lads.
Yeah. It's late. We're finally celebrating the launch. So
that's not Club Mate.
No, yeah.
Oh, it's definitely
not this one.
All good. So do you want me to repeat the question or?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll put it in the chat as well. So the question was, will it be possible to offer different sale mechanics such as timed auctions, timed open editions, open auctions, wait till a bid hits a silent reserve, then close it, etc.?
All right, so that's kind of my domain. The way our buy process is currently set up is that you have two options as far as how you would like to list your item. We've been considering adding auctions, but we haven't implemented auctions purely as a feature yet. What we have implemented is that so that you have two ways you can list your token. One way is that you enable a field called auto transfer. That is, if anyone submits an offer for your token that has a price that matches or exceeds your asking price, the token just transfers. So it's pretty dead simple. You list the token, auto transfers on. Someone comes along and says, I would like that thing and I'm willing to pay your asking price. The token automatically transfers for you. The second way that we've implemented is that you might think of it as a silent auction. So people are coming along and posting offers on your token. So suppose Nate has posted a token, and we're going to call it the Nate token. And I think that I would like Nate's token, and Nate's asking price is 10 Near. And I don't think I need to pay 10 Near for Nate token. I'm going to say I'm going to offer 6 Near for Nate token. And so my offer is going to be valid for as long as I post my offer for. There's a minimum of 3 days right now, so I can't post an offer for less time than 3 days. But I can post it for more time. And then suppose that Mango comes along and says, I really like Nate token, and I would post an offer for 7 Near. So my offer now is invalid, and your offer is now the standing offer. I would get refunded for my 6 Near if I deposited that onto the contract, and you now have the active offer. So, and then let's just say for their point of the completion, You posted an offer, Mango, for 3 days, and after 3 days, Nate still didn't hit the accept button. Your offer is now invalid. Maybe now I want to come back and repost my offer for 6 near, because your offer is invalid now. I can now post my lower offer again. And Nate finally gets back from the bathroom and says, oh, I got an offer. And he accepts that offer manually. He can accept it manually at any price. Whether Lenara came back and said, I would offer 13 near later. It's always up to Nate to say, I'm going to press accept at some point. So, yeah.
And it's up to us to start implementing on the UI. So UI side, we've got the splits now showing up. We just need to do the offer system. So all the auto transfer for the next week will be in, and you'll start seeing features just sort of popping up as the world goes on.
Wow, exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. So if there's interest, we can implement an auction system. It's not tremendously important, but the main obstacle to the offer system or the auction system is that essentially if you were to post your token for auction, we would need to take your token into escrow. The way our system currently works is that you own your token until the token sells. That would not be true of an auction system, so we would need to do a little bit of complexity handling around an escrow system for your tokens.
So if you got that, I put money in, someone goes above, then the person who goes above pays for the transaction, so I get my money back. And it's the roundabout. Oh, my offer is no longer valid. I get my money back. I'm out of the system. I can go boot them out and pay some more and then shoot them out. And then that's how it goes.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the explanation. And I like Ben's comment. Don't put the token up for auction. Then we'll build the auction houses around Mintbase. Don't worry. So, hope you'll have the community building all types of dApps around Mintbase in the future. So thank you very much. We'll let you guys go celebrate. I think Ivana wanted to come on stage, but I think...
yeah, maybe. I think she was having connection issues. Like, if, at least for me, like the video was just showing as loading. So maybe that's what happened. But if other people here, I don't know if Laura also wanted to do some updates, or she would be at the table later, whatever, or both.
And Laura is the designer of the store deployer token. She's kicked butt on that land. I love it.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. So Laura, I know you had some updates you shared with us.
Yeah, about Reddit, right? And other incentives for social media that she's developing, and sounds really exciting too. So maybe you can put Laura on the stage, and if you want to come back,
feel free to kick me off as well. I don't have to make room.
Yeah, Ivana came back too, so we can try.
Perfect. You got the stage full. Nate, we're going to kick you off.
It'd be funny to push Garrett at some point too, if he's in there, wherever he's in.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, can hear you as well.
Okay. Well, it's just the news are there are two news about which I would like to talk about. One is that I updated the directory, the drive directory, with the Mintbase and Createbase updates to be shared in social media. So I gave the link to Chloe, but yes, I have it also here. I can send you the link so you can have a watch to what I've done. They are basically frames of the video I am creating, and I am using these frames to put information that is being asked the most on the Createbase group, so that if one person will ask you that question once more, you just share the you can just share the image, and it's in the chat. Okay. This is the one for Instagram, okay? So it's squared. There is another one that I sent to Chloe, which is
perfect. We'll get those shared for sure.
Okay, and this is the first thing. The second is about something that I've been talking to Vandal last call, which is a tipping mechanism. While talking to Vandal, I explained my idea, which is the idea behind an app which is youp.io. I can send you a link. Youp works on many social media. It doesn't work on Instagram by now, but it works on Twitter. And it works on Reddit. It has a kind of mechanism that measures the influence that a person has and rewards its influence. And so I have a lot of influence in the app because I'm using it since 1 month. Okay. What I can say is that you really can earn some money from it, and you can earn it on the Ethereum blockchain and on the EOS blockchain. And on Reddit it works very good. So if any of you wants to subscribe to the Reddit about NFTs and talk about NFTs in there, I do share all that happens in front of my face about NFTs when I every day. And I upvote.
Can you share a link to that as well in the chat so people after the guests know where to go, and you can tell people how to get involved there?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't.
So Laura is one of the managers for the Reddit as well. So if you get into the Reddit and you start sharing stuff, you'll see a lot of information from Laura and what she's doing as well. So feel free to show all your NFTs as well there.
The fact is, I have influence, so I can upload your posts in there. If you have a Youp, you can get rewarded to post in there. So please share, and we have also a mechanism of rewarding each month the most commented and the most upvoted post. So that community is built to share our ideas on NFTs, on DAOs, like on our ideas to submit to the Sputnik DAO or other DAOs. But if you don't share, I cannot give my.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the intro, Laura. We want to leave time for Ivana as well, and I think
that's fine. That's fine.
As well. But thank you so much, Laura. We'll see you in the Reddit very soon.
Okay.
So bye. Put you on the big screen, Ivana, and you can take it away.
Hi, I'm Ivana, and this is my partner Luna. She's here to help me do my quick update. So my project, StoryVortex, completed phase 1. StoryVortex is an exploration of tokenized tales. So it's an experimentation with narrative NFTs. And we just have our website up and running at storyvortex.com. And the whole project is explained there, what it is, what we offer, how it works. We got our first stickers arrived today. I'm very excited about this. And we're waiting for testnet to start meeting samples. And that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to buy some stories on testnet first, but and on mainnet too when it launches. Cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely be searching out for some of those stories on testnet once you get your store deployer badge. I don't know if you have yours yet. But I'll have to put mine up for sale soon, maybe. We'll try and test that out.
What we can do, Chloe, is we can pass the store deployer, circumvent Nate's queue by passing it on to people, and then they make their store and mint some, and then they pass the next person.
To Vandal or something later on today.
We're already plotting.
Perfect. So headcanon. Ron, feel free to take the stage and introduce yourself and tell us what you're working on.
Thank you. My name is Ron Martinez. The company is Headcanon, and the project is Headcanon. And we are in rapid formation at this point. This is the world headquarters aboard the good ship Oasis on San Francisco Bay. So we are on the water all the time, so I apologize if it makes anybody seasick. And our focus is pretty simple. We believe in and been through iterations of the rise of new media forms, and we view NFT, like many people, I suppose, as a new media form. I was in the nightclub business in New York when MTV started. I'm an old timer, and I remember when there was a new technology, handheld cameras, and suddenly these guys started showing up. In our club, we were producing videos based on music, on bands and performers. And MTV showed up. I was also a game developer, one of the second wave of electronic arts games, when prior to that games were sold in plastic bags as floppy disks. And then Trip Hawkins said, "This is a medium. Can a computer make you cry?" So we view NFTs as a medium, as the evolution of medium with absolutely, mind-bendingly wonderful economic and distribution capabilities, and also naturally the power to give the economics and control and expression to individual artists that don't have to go through centralized exchanges. So that's what we're doing. We're putting together artists, musicians. There's a fellow named Mike McGinley is part of our team. Facebook gazillionaire, and also very deep in the music industry, early investor in Napster and so on. So there's a whole range of major league musical artists we're now talking to, visual artists, animators, and interactive experience designers, putting those together consciously to create powerful experiences. That's the focus. Also a long history working with narrative, very excited about the story and narrative project, which I will be following. I think there's a lot of potential there. So that's Headcanon. Thank you for letting me just introduce it. The first we've talked about it is right here.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for that. We have it recorded as well on our YouTube, so we'll be able to share it with the rest of the community for later.
Thanks. Very eager to get in and start working with Near. We really believe what you guys have put together and how you've architected it is really quite brilliant. So thank you.
You're very welcome. So I think that is everybody for who was planning to come to stage. Thank you so much for everybody's, presentations. We really do appreciate when you, the community, come up and explain to us what you're working on. I know Lenara and I know Vandal, supporting the Music Guild as well. We love to be able to support all the amazing projects that you guys are doing, but it really helps when you guys are really out here showing us what we're supposed to be getting excited about and supporting. So it's about coming up to the time. So any last comments from Vandal or Lenara, and we can kind of wrap up this call.
Yeah, I guess just after we wrap here, I'll be in the table below, the audio NFT table. So all those who came in from the guild, we can just kind of get to know each other and touch base and continue that. Spunky's Didequo's mentioning he's not in the call yet, so I guess we're going to get off this presentation and then we'll be open up the table so we can hop in there. Cool.
So the tables are there, and some have like names. There's one, for example, for audio NFTs. There's just a random table. But if you have a specific topic that you want us to name a table after, so people can find, just drop a line on the chat, and we can name a table. Or just get around and chat, and whatever you. It's kind of an open space to discuss. With a smaller group of people, and the tables then are not recorded into the stream, and are not streamed, and are not recorded.
Perfect. Yes. So I'm going to end the session now. We'll be at the tables. The tables are not recorded, so feel free to goof off as much as you'd like. Bye, everybody.